not to be an asshole, but why is it that deaf people have that? You know, they sound like they're almost like mentally retarded, or I don't know what the term is, but why is that?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't have that kind of expertise.
But they're coming up with crazy stuff, like hearing technology.
Oh yeah,
more so than ever.
You can hear the Whisper 2000. You can hear whatever you want. You know, like I almost just want to get one so I can hear what other people are saying. Like,
behind your back.
Behind your back.
Yeah, like when you walk and you got like that way you have extra hearing. And
I'll tell you a story one time. I'll actually, after this, when we go get a beer, I'll tell you a funny story what I did once.
Why not on air, Mitch?
You know, some things you got to keep away from the media. You got to keep it away from the masses. You know.
Well, you know, yeah. Maybe you're right.
It's much better this way. Trust me. Yeah. Well, that's how we're gonna start off podcast number 15.
Boom,
boom, whoa.
Did I steal your boom?
You stole my boom.
You usually boom, right?
I usually like to boom first.
I got excited.
But it's okay. You know why? What a crazy week. Like I say that I think every week, but this week, by far, has been the weirdest, craziest week I've ever seen.
It's almost like something we've never seen. You're right. Every week we come in here, we're like, yeah, what a crazy week. Because they are crazy weeks.
Crazy weeks, yeah.
A lot of things happen in the span of 7 days in these different sports worlds. And just world in general. Your life, my life,
Absolutely.
Jeff's life. You know,
I got an update on Jeff's life.
You got an update?
I got an update.
What's going on over there?
You know what? He's doing better.
Yeah?
He's made some moves.
He's making moves now.
He's making moves now.
Jeff, you're making moves now?
He's doing some stuff. You see
that?
Oh,
look at it. It's like a little Heisman.
He's a little Heisman. Yeah, exactly. he's doing some good things. Because there's like literally, I was putting the agenda together, and I don't think we could go banter for the full hour if you wanted to.
We should have maybe. I know, like
if you wanted to, we're not going to.
We're not going to,
but we could.
What if we do episode 15 part 1 and episode 15 part 2?
It would be. It's kind of like the Harry Potter novels, right? Like we could do 1, 2 volume, whatever.
You could
or
pretty
like
much
your
do what
Star
you
Trek
want.
stuff or
Star
whatever.
Wars. Mitch.
Oh yeah, whatever, right?
Not that I hate Star Trek.
Right.
That's more my brother's thing.
I'll never understand this stuff. I got to be honest.
But you've never watched it.
No, I'm not cutting it down. I don't get it. Well, no, that's not entirely true. It was always on TV when I was growing up. I just never got into the. I didn't understand.
That was the greatest story around.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued by like Captain Kirk making out with women that were green or whatever.
Right.
I think that's when I truly understood multiculturalism at that time. Like she still looks great. Look, like, I'm like, go for it, man.
And she's like 984 now.
Exactly.
And still looking great.
Oh, right. Yeah, they were all like 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's what it was. Sophia Loren, move over.
Move it.
Move over.
She's
Green
hot.
Space Girl.
She is hot.
Yeah, but Kirk, like the old Kirk, like 60s Kirk, original Star, that guy was the man.
Yeah.
That guy just, he didn't care. No shame.
That guy didn't even, did he have a gun? Or did he just walk around and bang everyone that came up to him?
He had a phaser.
He's like, I'm just going to take you down. They're like, what? And he just fuck them all, right?
What? Yeah. But you're not equipped. I have my words, don't I?
He was amazing. He's like, Spock, distract her, and I'll hump her.
Hold on. Speaking of words, yeah. Jeff's killing me back there. I think, Jeff, that was best joke 2018.
He's liking that one. He likes that one.
So speaking of words, we had a great show last week. Just to touch on that.
Fantastic.
Actually, I listened to it a few times because I could hear Dr. Ryan talk about this subject. And we are going to have him back on.
Absolutely.
Like you mentioned it, we just scratched the surface. It was a great episode. And for those who haven't listened to it yet, when you're done with this one, no shame. Go back.
Yeah.
It's okay. But I realized another thing, and I think you picked up on this as well.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Not only is he smarter than us by certification, but he sounds smarter than us. He is beyond our level.
He reads. I say I read books here and there. This gentleman actually read the book.
Yeah.
Right?
I had to pause listening to our podcast to actually Google the words that he was saying. I don't even still remember them. You know, it was using really big words.
And you could tell, as I listened to the podcast as well, he went a little slower for us.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he knew the caliber of person.
I think you're right.
So we are going to have him on again. And I took the time just to, You know, my friend Evan and I, we used to do this thing where we needed to educate ourselves about new words. And I think we need to do the same, Mitch. I think we need to be prepared for the next time Dr. Ryan Todd is on.
Great idea.
So I've come with a word. Let me just go to it. Yeah. So here's a good word that'll
Would have been nice if you were prepared.
Yeah, no,
because we have a full show, and I don't have time for you Googling things.
No. I already Googled it. I had it bookmarked. Yeah, read it. Ubiquitous. Yeah. See, it's okay. Ubiquitous.
What does that mean again? I've heard it.
Ubiquitous. Okay, so ubiquitous is an adjective.
Yeah.
And it means present, appearing, or found everywhere. For example, Jeff has a ubiquitous amount of CDs in this studio.
He sure does.
Yeah.
I have an ubiquitous amount of hair on my back.
We're already getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a matter.
He's going to be so impressed
shocked,
with us.
So shocked. So I think, if not every podcast, every other podcast, we bring in a different word.
Great idea.
Next time you bring in a word of yours.
Sure.
Let's try to use this word
ubiquitous
in a ubiquitous amount of times.
I love it.
And if we're wrong, we're wrong. It's okay, but we have to sound it out, Mitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was my take from last week.
Yeah. Before we get into what everyone knows, what we're going to start with, give us the numbers, because as you said, the podcast last week, I loved it. I was excited. And I saw some numbers moving around on the...
Well, Jeff, I haven't said this in a long time, and because it's usually the money-making matchup, but can you cue the music? Because right now, we're bringing along to you the Macromind Media Metrics of the Week. Mitch, if I were to tell you that we are exploding on Instagram, we are getting likes like nobody's business.
I've noticed that.
We got 3 more Podbean followers, and I'm telling you, I think a lot of it has to do with the great work that they did for our website.
Yeah.
Macromind Media, they have all the web solutions they have on there, and if you want the proof, it's in the pudding. Go to our website, www.reallockerroomtalk.com, and check out their website and a lot of their portfolio. That's www.macromindmedia.com. So thanks again, gentlemen.
I don't go to a lot of sports websites, to be quite honest with you. Mm-hmm. This one's so easy to guide, and it's not just because it's ours. It's so easy. It's just up and down, easy to move around, just to look at it. Takes you where you need to go. It's fantastic. So, and the thing is, I work at a bank.
Yeah.
And normally they have us, they'll block us from certain websites.
Right.
This one, right through.
You didn't even get
So
blocked.
you know what? That means we're clean. We're good people.
It's professional. It's professional. Look, that was so Jordan. That's who did a lot of work on the website. He's awesome.
Right.
And during the process, he asked me. He goes, Dimitri. He goes, I need to get a feel for you. And that'll give me a feel for the website. He goes, what do you want? Tell me about Locker Room Talk. What are your favorite colors? Like, he just asked me a couple, really good questions. He designed the whole thing. It's right. You guys got to see it. It is so easy to navigate. Yep. It's here it is. Here's that. Here's that. You get the gist. Beautiful.
Boom. Done.
Great.
Love it. Enjoy it. It's for you guys. Because we pay for everything. Okay, going back to it. Let's talk about what's literally... Let's address the
Viking in the room.
Or the Viking in the room. I'll let you start. Go ahead. I just go. I have nothing to say.
But I'm still speechless.
It's 2 days later.
What was that, Mitch? What was? First of all, it was a good game.
It was a good second half of football.
Yeah,
the first half was the Vikings were killing them, murdering them.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I still thought that was a good game, though. You expect that. The Vikings have the number 1 defense. You're expecting them to come out. Yeah, a little disappointing but I knew in the second half that the Saints were going to come guns a-blazing, right? Sure. Like, you just know that, calm heads. But so the second half especially, you're right, very good game, very entertaining to watch. Minnesota takes the lead. They take the lead, and I think there was like a minute and 20 on the clock, a minute 15, something around there. Yeah. And I thought they were going to get the touchdown. Yeah. I was confident. I go, you know what, Drew Brees, just over a minute, it'll work itself out here. Sure enough, they get in, they get the go-ahead, they get the field goal go-ahead. That's great. But, man, I don't know where to start. Like, the guy, all he had to do was he could even let him catch the ball, stand behind him, and just tackle him.
Unreal. Look, I don't know. Did you play football in high school or any sort of football, bantam, anything?
No. Does flag football count?
Sure. Even in flag football, you'd have to, in that sort of situation, stand behind him and then rip his flag off or be close enough. Look, it's football 101. I'm going to be quite honest. And you're going to hear this football 101 on the next little thing we're going to talk about in that Pittsburgh game as well. In football 101, it's very simple. You have to learn. Every coach will tell you, you play to the whistle, A, and B, the second, you wrap. If you're on defense, you wrap, you tackle, you hold the guy down. What happened in the NFL where it started becoming cool to like body check, air body checks, like throwing yourself at these guys and making the highlight reels? There's a place and time for that. What Marcus Williams did, what he did was so offside that I can honestly tell you, and so today's topic is going to be sport misplays or bonehead plays, gaffes, whatever you want, what word you want to use. This one, believe it or not, I went through a lot of them. This one ranks, I would say, maybe second or first. That's how bad this was. When you really look at what he did, and why, and has no reasoning. He tumbles in, he jets himself, throws himself at this guy when he shouldn't have.
And he missed.
And he smashed into his other player, which basically really caused the whole problem.
I didn't know if you were going to bring that up because I was. He hit his own player in the knee.
Of course.
That couldn't even bail him out on the back.
No, exactly.
Mitch, it's not even that. It's not even a missed tackle.
Right.
It's literally a missed tackle.
No, it is a missed tackle. Yeah.
But not a missed tackle in terms of like he got on him and he
absolutely,
he broke the tackle.
I think any defensive back in any sort of professional football, call it even college, call it high school ball, whatever. Had he let him he did. The guy jumped in the air. So Stephon Diggs jumps in the air, which Keenum didn't really give him a good ball. He had to jump, catches the ball, comes down. He's waiting for the hit. You can kind of tell. He turns around and the guy's somewhere bumbling over other people, right? And he's gone. What I was going to say is most guys would say if he wrapped him and somehow got away, some defensive backs will say, you know what, that could happen. It's a 1 out of 100 chance, but it'll happen. But what he did was so wrong on so many fundamentals. It was so bad.
That's what you get. That's what you get paid to do. You have a ticket to the NFC Championship game, and you blow it by literally, like, was his helmet on backwards?
I don't know, man, but it's bad.
Like he missed completely. It wasn't even close.
No, he was so off. Like it was so bad what he did. And then he comes out. You know what gets me mad a little bit? I'm gonna be honest with you. Good for him.
The tweet that he sent out.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That pissed me off.
It did. It made me mad too because I'm like, you know what, man? Fine. You. I don't even know. I don't want to call it a mistake because it. Well, I guess it is. Lack of a better word, it's a mistake. But you want to own it. You're making it seem like it's not a big. It is a big deal, man.
Yes,
because you literally lost the game for your entire team. I really would love to know what happened in the dressing room. Did anybody? And to be honest, he doesn't deserve any sort of like
sympathy.
No.
No, you don't. Look. The tweet that he sent out, it doesn't define me. Jeff says he's coached by Vince McMahon. No,
it did look like he went into the turnbuckle.
Mitch,
you know what I mean?
Mitch, you said it. Yeah, spear. Mitch, you said it the best. You're like, well, I guess Williams bet the over.
Yeah, he must have had money on the game.
There was skin in the game. Look, the biggest problem, I hope he gets in shit because it is unacceptable. And he said, you know what, this isn't a move that defines my career. Wrong, it is a move that defines your career. Sports in general, they're defined by moments in people's time, okay? You're going to have to win a Super Bowl, and not only win the Super Bowl, but have a play, kind of like when Harrison intercepted the ball. I can only think of it because I was watching this on a highlight reel this morning. Against the Cardinals in the Super Bowl when he intercepted and ran it back, and then he had to get oxygen because it was the most it was the most running in his life. But no, this is unacceptable. It is defined your career. You are an idiot. You get paid all this money to do that job. You didn't even do that job. And not only did you not do it, you didn't do it in a capacity where you could say, you just said it earlier, Mitch, Stephon Diggs maybe made an amazing play to break the tackle, and then you kind of feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he had made the right play, but this guy just got bested. You're an idiot.
No, you are an idiot. You're an idiot is right. You know what? We could literally stay on this topic all day. On one end, you know what? I'm just going to bring up this, and it's not so much about Marcus Williams. What I want to talk about is how quickly do these Viking fans turn on Case Keenum? This guy comes out of nowhere, saves your season, has maybe not his best ball game, okay? We are talking, we're down to the final 4 best teams basically now.
Yep.
Or as at that time it was 6, whatever the case may be, right? The reality is that these guys, everyone's playing at their best caliber.
Yeah.
He didn't play maybe his best, but how quickly were they ready to run him over? It drives me bananas. This guy carried, and he has such a good attitude. He was starting that chant that they're starting to do now in Viking land and all that stuff. And the first thing you guys start piling up on is, oh, he's going to lose it. Oh, he threw an intercept. No, your team lost it in the second half.
That's
not
the purple
him.
team.
That's what the purple team does.
That's why
You're right.
the purple team is. That's why I call him the purple team. You know, I'm not ready to respect the team now. If Case Keenum did something like what Williams did, there's justified, right? If that was on defense, I'd say good for the Vikings.
Absolutely.
No, I'd still say purple team.
Purple team, yeah.
Hey, here's a question for you on the top of that. Teddy Bridgewater starts the season, plays. Are the Vikings in the same situation today?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Do you think Keenum's...
I'll tell you this, man. I'm all about reality, and Terry Bridgewater has done nothing to show me that he's that... Case Keenum came in, he took over, and he started winning. Done. End of this conversation.
Right.
Terry Bridgewater was the starter. He wasn't really doing anything that great. And same thing with Deshaun Watson, just to kind of parlay that. Love him. He had a great start to the season before he got hurt. But until he comes back and he shows what he can do, I can't answer that question. It's too far down. Like you assume he'll do okay. Doesn't mean anything, man. We've seen this song and dance too many times, and we got to start following the song and dance as it goes, right? But as we said, we could stay on this topic all day.
Unfortunately,
let's get to the other crazy game. Jaguars Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Jaguars, in my opinion, you put up the poll question, did the Jaguars win this game?
Right.
Or did Pittsburgh lose this game? And it's very simple. The Pittsburgh Steelers lost this game.
I agree.
But good on the Jaguars by taking the opportunity that was given in front of them. Turnovers, good ball movement, and they won this game. And for everyone out there that kept saying, oh, the Jaguars defense will get them to the championship, that was not a defensive game that they should be proud of, and that was not a good defense.
No.
Pittsburgh was scoring at will at one point, and if it wasn't for that offense, granted it was a short field, they kept to the ground game, they kept to their game plan, and they beat Pittsburgh, and dare I say, they beat them handily.
Well, remember the week before I was talking about the up game and the down game. Mm-hmm. So they had their crappy game. See, I knew they were going to... I mean, I picked the Jags to win in the podcast, but did I really believe it? Not really. You could hear me. I just said it as kind of a, they'll win. But so I knew that the Jags were going to at least compete for maybe 3 quarters. The Steelers completely lost that game. They lost that game in the first half, okay, when they decided to just not show up. Mm-hmm. I mean, to go down. What was it at one point? It was 21-0 at one point.
At one point, it was 21. Yeah, 21.
Was it 21-0? I believe.
So, they scored quite quickly, so it didn't feel very long. But yeah, it was 21-0.
It was So, credit the Steelers for at least coming out of the hole, in the second half for that. But they lost this game. They were completely opened up. That defense was terrible, and then you were getting in a battle back and forth. The play that. There's 2 plays that really, really killed it. I'll let you. I know what you want to say, so I'm not going to touch those. I'll let you bring them up in a sec. The play that for me, and they were getting plays. Finally, Le'Veon Bell, beautiful catch. Guy can play receiver. It's crazy. Sure. Antonio Brown,
guy's a pin.
Showed up.
Absolutely.
Roethlisberger was making some good throws, but in the tit for tat, when you just think that they're getting ahead, Bortles comes on 3rd down, and he throws a bomb to the end zone where the guy wasn't even barely covered, and then they ended up scoring again, making it 2 possessions. You can't do that. No. At some point, you got to play defense. But I'm saving the good ones for you.
The ones that drove me crazy. Listen, I'll go back to what I said a couple seconds ago. Football 101. It's 4th and 1. You're down. You're actually only down a touchdown at this point. Mm-hmm. You're on fire. The momentum is in your pocket. You're ready to rock.
Yeah.
4th and 1. It was in the 4th quarter. I think there was about 8 minutes or so left in the game. And they call a pass, a 6-yard pass out, whatever. What happened to running the ball up the middle? Or to the side, not to the outside.
It's not like they have Le'Veon Bell.
What happened to fundamental football? It is driving me bonkers. And a lot of people are calling for Haley's head. And I agree. Fire the bum. Absolutely. If you're an offensive coordinator and you're trying to trick everyone, I'll give you the trick play. It's called a fullback rush, or it's called a two-gap run.
But
everyone's doing. But buddy, what I'm saying is everyone's passing now on fourth down.
Yeah.
No one's running the ball. And it's absolutely garbage that they don't let these guys that are making big money and what they do so well do it. Fourth and 1. Ben Roethlisberger is like 6'4". You know, they say he's like 250, 260. The guy's like 300 pounds. I don't care.
Easily 300.
He's 300 pounds.
His face comes out of the helmet.
Well, he can take the walnuts out of his face now because he's going to hibernate for the next few months, and he can go and eat his walnuts. Why doesn't he just call an audible? So when he gets that play in his helmet and he's like, okay, slant, you're like, no. Guess what? I did that play that you wanted me to do against New England, and it got intercepted. Forget it. I am running this myself, or I'm calling an audible.
Yeah.
Take some initiative, Ben. You have 2 Super Bowls. You know how to play the game. It drives me and I'm not even a Pittsburgh fan. I'm just a football fan, driving me
They have
crazy.
Le'Veon Bell.
Absolutely,
this guy
man.
is in contention for MVP of the year. In my opinion, he's the best running back in football right now.
Sure.
He is so versatile. I mean, are there not other plays designed to get you 1 yard?
Dude, I'll tell you this. As a football enthusiast that I am, and I love the game, if it's 4th and 1 and you run it up the ball and you just tell the other team, you're like, hey, we're running it up the ball. The offensive linemen are there for a reason. That's what they learned to do. The very first thing that an offensive lineman has ever learned to do is run block. Defensive lineman. It's one-on-one now. You want to see what football's all about? That play is what football's all about.
You know what, Mitch?
One-on-one. Let's go.
There are a ubiquitous amount of options.
Absolutely.
It is a ubiquitous amount of options.
It drives me so up the wall to lose a game and to see such horrible play calling at the highest level. And that's what bothers me the most, is that a guy like Ben Roethlisberger and Haley, they may not, from a lot of reports out there, they don't like each other.
Okay.
Does Ben Roethlisberger go, oh, this play's not going to work, and that's why he's not calling the audible?
No.
Or is he just that lazy and doesn't call the audible? Both of them, shame on them. They both should be responsible for the loss on Saturday, or was it Saturday, right? Or Sunday, sorry.
Sunday.
Absolute horrible play calling. I'm very disappointed because it was there. They were running. And Jacksonville couldn't catch
that play. Yeah. They make that play. They got a new set of downs.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, that play is what wins Pittsburgh the game. Jacksonville had no answer in that comeback.
That's right.
They were just getting points. They dug themselves out of the hole. They were going a little tit for tat. They had no answer for the comeback. They stop them there, put them on tilt. What happens after? They make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
And I got to credit Bortles and the offensive coordinator for calling some ballsy plays and saying, right, you know what? No, we are going to attack this. I don't give a shit who these people are.
Exactly, man.
Let's get going.
Let's do it.
And what you saw really was Jacksonville, zero pressure, zero fear, all out. Let's get going. What happens,
absolutely.
happens.
I'm down. Bottom line, good on you, Jacksonville.
Football 101.
Football 101. Good on you, Jacksonville. Way to take it down.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about the other 2 games. We're going to analyze and quickly talk about the championship games coming up this weekend when we talk about NFL. We want to talk a little bit more about banter. We want to get into a little bit more banter.
Yeah, I love this part.
I was perusing. I always peruse the internet just to see what's going on out there.
You're a big peruser.
I'm a peruser, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wanted to talk about how the NBA apparently has now turned into Fight Club. Everyone's fighting each other. It's like crazy. Toronto Raptors, Philadelphia 76ers got into a fight last night.
Absolutely.
And
Blake Griffin.
And
Ariza.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got into a huge brawl. Apparently the police were called. Like, just craziness. But you know what stood out in my mind a little bit more? Because I promise you guys, we're going to talk more about the NBA as the time comes on. But I'm actually going to go over that. And I'll tell you why. Because the fights are the fights. Those guys, who cares? When the season gets a little closer to the end and we're going to be more into it, we'll talk more NBA. I found something that I found to be really weird. So Connor McDavid and his Edmonton Oilers, final game before their 5-day holiday that the NHLPA now has.
That's right. Yeah.
They're in Vegas. They happen to be in talk about amazing scheduling, right?
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to be on vacation right after this game, where else do you want to be? Columbus, Ohio, or Las Vegas? Not bad. Well done, Edmonton.
No, it's obvious Vegas.
Obvious.
I can't even defend it.
Happens to also be Connor McDavid's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Connor. Yeah, way to go, man. So I go on TMZ where I love to find out all the interesting.
Hold on. Do you go to TMZ just for sport, or do you like everything else too? Are you
I
big?
won't lie to you. I check out to see what the Kardashians are up to, which career they've destroyed this week, and whatever's going on there.
My wife was watching some about the Kardashians the other day, and there's that one, Chloe. Remember the one who? Yeah, I think.
That's the one that's married to...
was married to Odom and stuff.
Yeah, but she's engaged to Tristan Thompson now.
Tristan Thompson, thank you. That's who it is, yeah. Man, what a ball bunny, hey?
Oh, yeah.
She just loves basketball.
Man.
That's crazy. But I couldn't recognize her. I go, is that her? So my wife, she goes, yeah, that's her. I'm like, holy
Were you
smokes.
saying it in a good way or a bad way?
How much work has she gotten done?
She lost a lot of weight.
I know she lost a lot of weight, but her face is completely different.
Buddy, that's what they do. That's their thing.
I mean, there's one thing to accent, but to change, I don't know. I got my wife stop watching The Bachelor, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why are you wasting your time? Like,
so my girl moved in. You want a good one to watch? It's actually quite... I even admitted it to her yesterday.
Okay.
I told her it's a little secret of ours, but now I'm going to tell everyone.
Fair.
The Vanderpumps.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. The Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, Vanderpump.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different show. That's why.
We could go in another hour. Yeah, don't get me started, because then we're going to be doing this for the next hour.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And then G-Money's going to be like, wait, you guys are taking our
sellouts. No, hey, we hate the Kardashians. Yeah, G-Money might get mad.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
do too many movies. I think it's in his fan clause.
Right.
4 movies per month.
Yeah,
that's it. Otherwise, no retweets.
Right. So I want to go back to
Connor. Yeah.
So Connor McDavid, Edmonton Oilers, they have their 5-day holiday, and it happens to be in Las Vegas. Happens to also be his birthday. Captain, greatest hockey player of this century, apparently, from everybody.
From the Edmonton
perspective, and from everyone else involved. He has his birthday party. I'm looking at the pictures. How many guys from the Oilers do you think were at his birthday party? Just throw out a number.
Look, I would... I mean, I know you're asking me this because probably it's going to be surprising, but I would assume that the majority of the team would have to be
4 other guys.
Shut up.
Him and 4 guys. And I don't even know. Maroon was one guy I recognized. The other guys, I'm sure, are on the team. I have no idea who they are.
Shut up.
I am dead serious. So this is the whole thing. Dude, there's a problem in Edmonton. When the captain of your hockey team and the captain of the league, really, let's call it what it is, the guy's the best player, is in Vegas, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, a lot of guys might have family obligations. They got to rush back.
Oh, come on,
Edmonton
man.
to Vegas is, for all those that don't know, it's a 3-hour flight. Your best hockey player, the captain of your hockey team, it's his birthday, and no one's there. I don't know, man.
They have families. Come on, man.
I'm telling you right now, that's a problem, man.
That is a problem.
I think that's a huge problem, and I don't care what anybody says. I think that shows either A, his leadership qualities, or B, that he doesn't have control of his guys. Look, how do you not go?
I agree. Look, we touched on something. You brought it to light. Okay, the MMZ, right? The Mitch, the Mitch news.
Yeah.
But you brought something to light about the conspicuous? No.
The ambiguous amount of banging that they do in their locker room?
Yes, the ubiquitous amount of banging in the locker room. So that clearly has divided the dressing room. But you're right, Mitch. I would agree with you. Something is going on for 4 people, and not even the marquee guys. Where's the Nuge? Where's Draisaitl?
I don't know. Where was Nurse? Where was
Talbot? Well, actually, we know where Draisaitl was. Check the washroom. Check the washroom at Nurse's Hotel.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you right now.
Get there right now. That's a problem.
Some people might say I'm overstepping. I'm telling you, I think that's if it is a problem. Using Calgary, because we're from here, if Giordano had his birthday party, I almost guarantee you that the whole team would be at
half. Say half.
Say half, but I would say he's such a good leader in the locker room, and he has the presence of. Look, I'm not saying everyone on the team has to be best friends, but you're all in Vegas together.
Yeah, but
man.
that's a team building event. It's like, oh my God, it's our captain's birthday. Look, Mark Messier's birthday. 4 teams are there, not even just his team.
That's right.
4 other teams are coming.
I'm just saying.
I think you're right. Look, Mitch, the team didn't change too much. If anything, they should have just gotten a little more experience.
Great point.
With the same goaltender. And to say that they didn't have the same successes last year is fine, but that should be within a few games at this point, not the downturn that they have suddenly had. And other people argue, well, Larson, a couple people on defense. Again, I can't buy into that statement, because when you watch them play, they are extremely sloppy.
Yeah. They're
extremely sloppy.
There seems to be no communication, and they don't.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
No,
they're not doing it.
That's a miracle in itself.
Yeah, with Calgary's surgeon Dallas on the cusp. I believe Dallas is still in. But when you have the Blackhawks that are going to be fighting for that as well, where's Edmonton going to go?
Yeah,
No way.
exactly.
They're done. Next year, boys.
Okay, I've been holding back on you. We got to talk about something. It's kind of big. So
You got a serious voice. Am I in
I
trouble?
know.
Am I in trouble?
No, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
We're. And when I say we're in trouble, the Packers are in trouble. As I go through the TMZ, I fall upon an article. Aaron Rodgers has got a girlfriend. He's got a new girlfriend. Did you hear about this?
No.
Danika, the race car Danika
Danika
Patrick,
is
and
his
Aaron
girlfriend?
Rodgers are dating.
They're a thing now.
Fantastic. Gorgeous girl, nice, ambitious. I think she recently retired as well. So
I believe she did. Yeah.
I think so. Everything's awesome. Good.
Okay.
Huge problem though. She's a huge Bears fan.
Holy shit.
Buddy, she's a huge Bears fan. And they asked her, they're like, well, if you're a Bears fan, how is this happening? She turns around and says, well, I'll cheer for him. I guess I'm going to start cheering for the other team. As we segue and we get into sports embarrassments and bad moments, which is our topic of the day, buddy, I think she's getting in like this is like a James Bond problem here.
Do you
She's
think
getting in.
She's a Bears. She's got the Bears initiative.
Of course she's got the Bear initiative.
Look, if there's, I hate the purple team.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Detroit Lions, just not a big fan.
Yeah. They're easy to beat up.
But the Chicago Bears for me, Mitch, I don't know. Some people know it, some people don't.
Yeah.
The Bears for me are my most hated team in all of the NFL. I hated them before.
Mm-hmm.
I hated them after. Mm-hmm. I hated them before Jay Cutler got there because I'm like, that they couldn't have gotten any worse. It all started Rex Grossman in the Super Bowl.
Right.
I almost vomited. Okay? Then they get Cutler. I did vomit.
Right.
I can't do it. She's a Bears fan.
She's a Bears fan. She says it in the article. It's in the article.
If Aaron Rodgers...
Dude, what I'm saying is, what do we do? Do we
have
trade
to-
Aaron?
No, we have to break them up. We're good at...
I don't know if I trust him now. This is the thing.
No,
he knows better. He knows better.
You bite your tongue when
No,
you're talking
I have
about
to be
Aaron
honest
Rodgers.
here. I gotta say this out loud. These commercials have gone too far. He's gone prime time. He thinks he can date a Bears fan and that it won't matter.
Hold on a sec. See,
No.
this is why you got to watch Star
No.
Wars, because
No.
she's obviously from the dark side of the Force.
No.
And he probably thinks
This
that he
can't
could
happen.
turn her.
I
We
won't
have
let
to
this-
break
no.
them up. Mitch, you and I are great at starting rumors.
Yeah.
We know this about ourselves.
Fair enough,
We
yeah.
can start any rumor in any community about anyone and make it stick.
Yeah, we're pretty good at it.
We got to do something here.
I don't know.
We got to do something.
All right, we'll figure something out by the next podcast. But I'm telling you, I didn't want to tell you. That's why I said to you, I got something to bring up to you.
man.
This to me falls right into what we're about to talk about, which is when sports athletes make bad moves or bad plays or whatever. This is a bad play.
That's a boneheaded
This
move,
is a
Aaron.
boneheaded move, man. He knows what he's getting himself into. Don't do it, Aaron, because. I mean, let's call it what it is. Women will make here.
It's all falling apart.
It's all falling.
It's all
What
falling
about when
apart.
Janet Gretzky? She meets Gawain. She says, "Hey, love you. You're fantastic. You know where you would look great in L.A." I think anybody from Edmonton right now is going, that Mitch guy has got a point.
I have a
You
ubiquitous
get
amount
her
of hatred.
out of there now, guys.
I
I'm
have a
telling-
ubiquitous amount of hatred for Danika Patrick.
I'm just telling you right now.
You stay away from him. Okay? You stay away.
I'm telling you.
Know your
man,
place.
It makes me. It's
What's
very
Dale
worrisome.
Earnhardt Jr. doing?
I don't know.
Date him.
I don't know. Yeah, date him.
Leave Aaron alone.
Leave him alone. Or hey, how about go date Mitch Trubisky from the Bears? Since you love the Bears so much, go date that young dapper guy. Go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch, you know what?
I'm telling you, man.
I think we're done. I think we're done for today.
I only brought it up
I have to
because
leave.
I needed to tell you. I saw it and I didn't know, and then when I saw it, I was like, you are not going to be happy. So let's get into it. Topic of the week: biggest sports blunders of all time.
Biggest
so
blunders.
I was going through the internet. I tried to remember a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of them pops up when you put it into Google and you
There's-
start fooling around and you start looking for stuff. Holy,
There are a ton.
There's
right?
a ton. There
now,
is a
now
ton.
it's funny. We're gonna go through them, and I want to see where this one stacks up. Right, the one that just recently happened. You know, I'm just going back to it. I think about how it happened.
Yeah.
If anyone has not done it yet, Watch it in slow motion. It is so funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually hilarious to watch in slow motion.
It's sad, man. It's sad all the way around.
So we got the discussion group on our Facebook page, okay, the Real Locker Room Talk, or RLRT discussion community, and I let everyone know today that this was going to be the main topic in light of recent events. Do you want to start with your list, or do you want me to read on this?
No, read a couple, and I'll tell you what I think are some of the crazy
Okay,
ones.
so I told Travis that Ray Finkel's missed field goal in the closing seconds of Super Bowl 17, as per depicted by Ace Ventura, counted. So that is up there.
That's up
okay.
there.
Laces out, Marino.
Laces out.
We got John Ioannidis, okay, I believe from Edmonton.
Yeah, Johnny. DJ Johnny.
How you doing, John? He says the one play that gave the Flames their cup, Steve Smith / Grant Fuhr, you're welcome.
I have it highlighted here,
it.
and he's absolutely right.
For those that don't know, Steve Smith was behind his net in a breakout pass and decided to do a bank shot. Like he thought he was playing billiards and scored on his own net.
Exactly. He was just trying to move the puck up, and he just hit the back of Grant Fuhr's leg, and it went right in.
Like I think Grant Fuhr was like, there's no way you can hit it off my skate in the net. Yeah, Fuhr? Yeah. Watch me. I'm Steve Smith.
Hold my water bottle.
Boom.
Boom. Yep. He's right. That one is one of the biggest ones, and because that did lead to the Flames
winning the Stanley Cup.
Winning the Stanley Cup, absolutely.
And the argument was that the winner of that game was going to win. Edmonton had a great team, right? It was a great series, so they would have played Montreal, and they probably would have won the Stanley Cup.
That was during the time that Alberta ran the NHL.
That's amazing.
The good old days.
I got one here.
Yeah.
This is from Evan Berger. So Evan from Sign Graphics, who did our logo.
Yeah, Evan.
He goes, Jose Canseco, perfect bonehead play when he bounced a homer off his head.
Literally, in one of the Google charts that came up, that was ranked number 20 actually.
Oh, was it really? Yeah. I remember that play too.
Yeah, it was
that was funny.
Here, I'll give you one. How about for all our amazing Cowboy fans that follow us? How about when there was a minute 12 left and Romo fumbles the kick fumbles the snap for the kick, and he desperately tried to do what he could. And to Dallas fan, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm on your side. That ball looked really shiny. I don't know, man. I've seen that highlight a few times. That ball looked like they literally just got it out of the package and somebody wiped it down with Vaseline. That ball,
slick ball.
Slick ball, man.
I just, the thing that made that so funny was it wasn't just that play; it was the season that the Dallas Cowboys were having that year, and there's expectations for them. That was one of the last games. That was a potential playoff berth game for them, if I remember.
That's
correctly.
Correct. Absolutely,
right.
It was a playoff game.
It was a playoff. Oh, it was. Okay,
it was a wild card.
Oh, okay, so I couldn't remember if it was the week to get it, but anyhow. I just remember Romo grabs it. He just so desperately tried.
Let me give you another one.
Get in there.
What about the infamous Chris Webber calling a timeout with 11 seconds left, down by 2? No timeouts left. The guy calls a timeout, technical, and they end up losing to North Carolina.
Done.
That one to me is just as it's pretty bad. Almost to Marcus Williams doing what he did just this last Saturday.
That's up there too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, a lot of these come up, and wait until I get to the really good ones. These are little tidbits.
Yeah, just the meat and bones of everything. Hey, okay, so I got this one for me was number one.
Sure,
right until potentially Williams' play over here, but the butt fumble by Sanchez.
Oh, that was not anywhere to be found, but that's a good one. I like
just, you know what? Maybe it's not up there, but I got to tell you, and by the way, that was from Paul Demakis.
Yeah, that one. I don't think that had playoff implications. I think that was on Thanksgiving.
It was just a bonehead.
Yeah, it was just a bonehead play.
I mean, he ran into his own lineman's ass.
His own dude. Yeah, just literally
not
ran
only
right into
not
him.
only they recover the fumble, but it goes in for a touchdown. They run it all the way back. That's too good.
I'll give you another one.
Yeah.
This one actually comes on the other side of the ball, and what I mean is by the referees. So
that's a great name for a show, by the way.
What's that?
The other side of the ball.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
Okay, write that down.
Yeah, write that down in case we co-brand
of the ball. Got it.
Okay.
How about in 2010 when Armando Galarraga, pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, is pitching And for those that
I don't think I know this one.
You don't know this one? Oh, buddy, you'll
Maybe
know
if you
when
explain
I'm
it to
done.
me,
Yeah. So Armando Galarraga is pitching a perfect game. A perfect game in baseball is not just a no-hitter. There's no walks either.
That's right.
That's a perfect game.
And that is an incredible
27
feat.
up, 27 down.
Yeah.
It is only 21 players in Major League history have ever done it.
That's incredible.
21 up, and he was supposed to be number 22. Bottom of the ninth, a little dribble over to first base. He runs over. The pitcher runs over to get to cover first base because the first baseman was a little off to go get the ball. Throws it, completely shows every highlight, every angle you want to look at that the guy was out. The umpire got so excited he called him safe.
I do remember
Jim
that
Joyce,
play.
the umpire, cried on national TV. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. I wrecked this guy's perfect game. That one is big, man. We're talking about this is what this kid has been working for to, like every pitcher, every quarterback, everybody works to do exactly this.
How do you not strangle that guy?
Oh, and you know what's weird? Galarraga was like totally cool about it. He's like, you know what? People make mistakes. You move on. They ended up winning the game, and it's whatever the case may be. And it was just a regular season game, but still. Perfect game destroyed by a bad call, a legitimately bad call.
That's a bonehead call.
That's a bonehead call.
I do. You're right. I do know what you're talking about. So thank you. I just the name.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about. Right?
Yeah, it's what. Yeah.
That'd be a good. What kind of name would that be? That'd be a good cigarette brand.
What, Armando Galarraga?
Armando Galarragas or cigars.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
he does have a cigar.
He should.
Well, I think
Dude,
you just
we're
gave
coming
him an
up.
idea.
Look, we got whiskey for what's his face?
for
the $60 million man
Yeah,
himself, Osweiler.
Osweiler.
Osweiler whiskey. Yeah, Armando Galarraga cigars.
we should be their marketing.
Yeah,
campaigns,
we should. Right?
Well done. Well
Yeah,
done.
Armando.
What else you got? What else you got?
Well, nothing. Why don't we
I
go for
got
a couple?
tons.
No, I do. But why don't we go for a couple Armandos after this?
I love it. Well, maybe a couple of Osweilers while we're at it.
A Galarraga
Or
and
an
Osweiler.
ambiguous amount of
So
Galarragas.
actually, I just want to credit too. So Sarando, he did the same thing with the Steve Smith, right? Give him a shout out. John Mitsulas, Johnny M.
3 days.
You couldn't, and you were protecting Johnny M. I got to put your head in a vice for Johnny M.
3 days.
So-
I popped your eye out.
This one is definitely up there. He posted the YouTube video of Leon Lett returning the fumble or not returning the fumble. Sorry, I'm
It was a
mixing the two
block
up.
kick, and then he jumped on it and gave Miami.
Leon Lett was the guy who. Do you remember Buffalo Bills, Cowboys? He
he was running into the end zone.
He was running in the end zone and he celebrated too early, and then they got the touchback.
Don Beebe came back and got the ball.
And they got the touchback.
Exactly.
And the best is because you see the video, and anytime you watch something over and over, you pick on something more. The look on his face, like he was like, "Oh man," he's just laughing. He's like, "I can't believe that happened." But in hindsight, when you look at the end of the game, it's like, "You idiot! You cost us everything."
Well, at the end of the day, Dallas was only up by probably 50 points at that point, so it didn't really make that big of a difference. But still, how about this one? I love this one because I remember watching this when I was young. I was in grade 10. I still remember the minute I read this, I was like, "Oh my god, I totally remember this." How about Roberto Baggio missing the penalty kick in the World Cup in '94?
Brutal.
Missed it.
I remember watching
his little
that
rat
live.
tail, his rat tail in the back. That's all I remember. The rat tail and him just butchering that kick. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, it's not like you were arguably one of the top soccer players in the world. You're in the World Cup final, Italian glory. Just a bit outside.
Wow, did he launch that?
I remember watching it live, Mitch. We were in disbelief. I was watching with my dad way back, and my dad's like, "I can't believe the son of a bitch missed it."
Buddy, I still remember that, and it was like, wow. And the look on his face, too. It was like,
I got a good one.
Boopity boppity.
Hey,
boopity.
whatever. Hey, yo. So one that comes to mind for me is, do you remember, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, and do you remember when the Indianapolis Colts decided to line up in that crazy formation
and
just left the center
Yeah.
and the quarterback Are you doing? Are you smoking? Your
No,
pipe?
I was actually just chewing my pipe.
Oh, you were okay. It's like you got. Are you starting smoking?
Now I'm
You
gonna
starting
start
smoking?
I might start.
Because you know me, I used to smoke.
Yeah, apparently,
you know
yes.
me.
Yeah,
but yeah, remember they did that formation, and the defense is looking, and they're like, okay, everyone's on the right side. It's just the center and the quarterback. So they. All the linebackers and everyone just went there. He hikes the ball and they sacked him. Like it was the worst.
We talked about this on the podcast before, and at that moment is when they should have fired.
That's what Pagano, get out.
Get out of here.
More like Pagano.
Or he just should have like quit.
Yeah,
He's
well,
like, I quit.
He is Pagano now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, I got two more for you.
Beautiful.
Two more. Obviously, a lot of people are going to remember this one, but I'm actually going to stick up for these last two. I'm going to stick up for them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I think they got the shitty end of the stick. Okay? Steve Bartman, obviously, with the Cubs. Here's a fan. He's wearing his headphones. He's an avid fan. He's listening to it live and watching it live. All right? All right. He goes up. He's excited. He wants to catch a foul ball in a playoff game. All right? Moises Alou is a professional athlete. Moises Alou has the opportunity to catch his ball. He lost it, whatever. Two things. Moises Alou, you should be stronger than Steve Bartman. You should have caught it over him. You should have just muscled him out of the way. All right?
Okay.
Fine, you didn't muscle him out of the way. You lost the ball. That's no reason for you guys to collapse on the field. Like they let like 4 straight runs in after that, and that's where they lost it.
Well,
So
I really feel bad for that guy because what he had to go through
the guy moved, man.
in his life. Like how many times did he contemplate suicide? Probably
crazy.
Like
crazy.
think about the death threats and everything he was receiving. I did feel bad, and you're right.
Yeah.
Why isn't Moises Alou getting flack for this? Like you're right, you're getting paid millions
He's
of
the
dollars.
one, in my
you
opinion.
can't catch the ball.
His reaction to not being able to catch it, he totally like basically blamed him.
Yeah.
You know, he looked at him and said, "You're the reason that I couldn't catch it," which he was obviously, but it wasn't the collapse that Steve Bartman wasn't playing shortstop. He didn't miss the ball after that and all that. In fact, he was escorted out because he was about to get killed. So he definitely didn't have anything to do with that side of the business, okay? And the one that everyone obviously knows about, and if you're not a big baseball fan, you've heard of this name a million times, right. Bill Buckner. Now, there's a little history behind this, and I don't know if everyone knows the history, and I just learned about it today. So I'm here to back up. I'm here to back up Bill, kind of like Johnny, getting the raw end of the stick.
Yeah.
Bill Buckner, so that game was to go to the World Series, okay? It was against the Mets. It was 86. It was a dribbler. He should have had it. All respect to him. Did you know Bill Buckner had over 2,700 hits in baseball? And now, getting 3,000 is a huge accomplishment in baseball. 2,700 is no kick of the can. It's not easy to do. That's a very good and prestigious career.
Wow.
Second thing, that game that he lost for them was to tie the series at 3. So they played the next night. The Boston Red Sox were up 3-0 in that game and still ended up losing.
So
what I'm getting at is, yes,
he
definitely messed up that particular play and that particular game, fine. The next night when they played again, they're up 3-0. He did what he did. Nothing happened there, and they still lost that series. So Boston fans, no offense to you guys, cut the guy a little bit of slack,
You had
man.
a chance.
You guys had your chance twice, in fact. Fine, first one, give it to him.
You're right. And
this one, what do you blame? When you're up 3-0, what do you guys smashing this guy?
I don't hear any Buckner.
I never heard anybody's rendition of that
from
side
Game
of the
7.
story. I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, 2 sides of the coin. That's another good name for another show.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, 2 sides of the coin. Wow.
Coin.
When we're branched out, we're gonna have these shows ready to go.
Should we just go to sports marketing straight up?
Look, everyone. If you want a show, we got 2 that you can walk into right away. We'll interview you.
Yeah,
we want to find out the scope of the show. Now, Williams. I want to throw one at you and get your opinion on this. Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints.
Sure.
Williams misses the tackle.
Yeah.
Hopes and dreams gone.
Got it.
NFC Championship game. Yep. Is that play worse than throwing the ball when the Seahawks were playing the Patriots and the interception in the red zone? What is worse and why?
That's a tough one, man.
It is a tough one because it just came to me.
That's a great choice. I'll still go with, put it like this. 2 minutes ago, I told you I hated what the Pittsburgh Steelers did. 4th and 1, just run the ball.
Right.
But it seems like it's an NFL thing to throw it on 4th down. I don't get why. I think it's absolutely asinine. I don't understand why. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say the play that Marcus Williams did was worse because all he had to, it was easy. It was like, again, I said to you, if he had caught him and the guy ripped away from him and ran away, I'd actually say the play you just described, the New England thing, would be the worst one of all time. But I have to go with Market because that was so obvious. He could have did.
Right.
All he had to do was his job, and it was so blatantly bad that I now rank that. Forget Bill Buckner. Forget Steve Bartman. Sorry, Marcus, you're number one on the list. You're number one.
I actually would have to agree with you. I know where the argument will go. People listening right now, they're going to say, well, that cost the Super Bowl. Like, you had Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
That you could have just had at least 2 attempts to run because you were on goal. Because Russell Wilson made that crazy play. I believe. It wasn't Doug Baldwin, but it
was Baldwin
that caught it.
Yeah.
It was okay. Yeah, where it bounced.
Yeah, bounced up and caught it. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was funny too. So we had the Patriots and the over on that one, and we're watching the game. My brother-in-law Mitch, he was there, and he's like, "Oh, you guys got this, man. You got this in the bag. You guys are going to win your parlay."
Yeah.
And by the way, we had 4K in winnings riding on that. Okay. So we're like, oh, this is good. That play happens. I look at him. He goes, do you want me to leave? Like, do you guys want me to leave? Like, he felt so bad because it was literally the next play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is why you don't talk until the game's over.
So funny. Everyone does that. I think it's so funny.
And it's with good intentions, right? Because you're doing it. But he's like, oh, you guys got this in the bag. Russell Wilson downfield. Oh, my God, it bounced and he caught it.
Yeah.
Like, it was. I'm like, he's like, do you want me to leave? I get it. He understood. But people can argue that they could have done it, but there's more factors there. The defense made a great play, right? That was a great play to make the interception. You can't blame it on just one person. Russell Wilson, he threw it a little behind him, right? Yeah. You can fault him a little bit, but there's too many parts to blame. Do you fault him? Do you fault the coach?
Exactly.
Do you fault where this guy is literally?
He had one job to do.
I personally cost everything.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So this is worse.
I think it's worse. Taking that, let's talk about the teams that did win, that are going to play each other. Winner goes to Super Bowl February 4th in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. You got the Philadelphia Eagles against the Vikings. I'm going to do the
nerds. I don't know.
They do that clap now like a bunch of momos.
The clap.
Yeah. So Philly, the number one seed going into especially in the NFC against the number two seed. The Vikings are favored by 3.5 in Philadelphia. No love for Philly. They're home dogs again. Who do you like there?
Well, I'll tell you what. I like Philadelphia. Yeah. I hate the purple team. Yeah. But I think the purple team's going to win. The defenses are going to show up, right? The Vikings obviously have a better ranked defense, but Philadelphia's got a very good defense as well. It is what has kept them in here. It's really kind of what kept them in the game against the Falcons. It's just the Falcons decided to shit the bed on offense, right?
Sure.
So the problem with me and a team like Philadelphia without the proper quarterback that they had. Like, I'm sorry, Nick Foles is just not... Man, that guy looks so nervous throwing the ball. Like, whenever he gets a reception, it's like he's surprised. And he overthrows people so much that this Minnesota defense, I think, is just going to eat him alive on turnovers. Mm-hmm. However, they just don't score enough points. And if you can't get in the 25 and plus against a team like Minnesota... Mm-hmm. You're going to have real problems. And unfortunately, I think the purple team is going to be going to the Super Bowl.
Wow. The early lines on the over-under is 38, so you're right. Vegas is not expecting a lot of scoring in this game. I'm going to go against you. I'm actually going to take the home dog, and I'll tell you why. Defense, at home. Vikings have a good defense. They're away. They're favored. I think...
And you're allowed to. You're allowed to because this is postseason. This isn't regular season rules.
I'm going with Philly, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to go with Philly because I think the home field, for some reason, is going to play a bigger role in this than I thought. Mm-hmm. And I really like that Philadelphia is getting dissed, and I think they take it... If you saw Long and Johnson, Lane Johnson and Long, Chris Long, of the Philadelphia Eagles, they were wearing these dog masks around. They were wearing these dog masks like after the game and before the game.
Okay.
Because
I didn't see that.
They feel like they're being disrespected by the media. They feel like here's the number one seed. Yeah, of course Carson Wentz took them halfway, more than halfway there. I'm gonna go with Philly because you got to remember, at the end of the day, it's an entire team sport, and I think Philly's just got a little something in them.
I guess you got to pick the team whence you came.
Well, that's so bad. And plus, I hate the purple team. All right, New England.
I hope you're right.
I hope so.
I think I'm going to be right.
Well, let's hope.
Sadly,
we got New England and the Jags. New England's favored by 9.
Yeah, and as they should be. I think New England not only will cover. I think they'll look. I don't think that they're going to embarrass the Jags like they did with the Titans. That was such an easy game for them.
Easily,
but. I don't know. I just don't see it. Like I said, this is New England's to lose.
Yeah,
we talked about this many times over. And I think they're favored by 9. I get it. But they should. Probably the first part of the game might be a little tough, right? There's probably some good matchups. But once New England hits their stride, they're not going to make the mistakes like the Steelers have done with New England is not letting Jacksonville get 40 points plus. I'm taking the Patriots.
I am going to take the Patriots to win. They're not going to cover the spread. And I'll tell you why. One name, Coughlin, the Patriot killer. He is up in the booth. He's staring it down.
That's a great point.
He has, like in poker, there's a tell. You can just tell, like one guy catches you. He sees you twitch or something when you got a good hand or something. Coughlin knows something about Belichick. There's just something he knows. How does he keep winning in the Super Bowl? Right. I'm not saying that he has the same, but you know what? Actually, I'm going to change my bet. I'm going to say the Jags win this.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because the New York Giants team in the past that won the Super Bowl.
Coached by Coughlin.
But they were never the most explosive and exciting teams either.
That's right.
This Jags team's got a crazy defense when they want to play. They didn't show it last week. Maybe
the defense has got them there.
I'm just going to go like this. If I'm a betting man, which I am, by the way, I am going heavy on the Jags, and hopefully this line goes to like 11 or 12. I'll take my Jags. I don't expect
if the line goes to
I'll
11
take it back.
or 12.
I don't expect New England to lose this game, but I don't think they're going to cover 9.
I think they'll cover 9.
You think they'll cover 9?
They'll win by 2 possessions.
You know what? I think about it more and more, and I'm like, you know what? The Jags defense is going to make Brady move around.
Do you want to do a score predict? Do you want to do one of those things, or
no? I want to be that guy that's like, I told you so. Even though I got everything else wrong, the one thing I got right, I want to be I told you so.
That was me last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's us like every other week.
Yeah,
we just remember the one thing that came through.
That was really good.
I told you.
Yeah. Be like I called it.
Well,
actually, we said that in the group. We're going to be we're introducing a new golden loofah.
That's right.
For I'm calling it from now loofah.
I'm calling it from now
right?
loofah.
And whoever gets the most, I'm calling it from now in a loofah year.
Yeah.
Gets the golden loofah.
Absolutely.
Now Zach Burkus.
Yeah.
He's made one call.
Right.
I'm calling it from now.
He's calling it from now.
The first Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup is going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Speaking of that real quick.
Yeah.
Last week we had a meeting together. We had a lunch meeting.
To
kind of discuss some things that were going on.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah, we always
said,
meet.
you know what? Wouldn't it be a great idea to maybe we have such a good host of guys that continuously jump on the discussion board.
We have great support.
Let's get one of these guys on. Let's make it exciting. And we said, let's do a poll. Did we not say that?
Yeah,
Was I not at that meeting?
Right now, Mr. Hodges is typical. He's lying.
So we're at this meeting, everyone, and we agree. Let's say that's at 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, we've agreed we're going to do a poll.
It was lunchtime.
At 3:30 in the afternoon, I get a text going, check the discussion board. I go on the discussion board, and this guy that I sat and had lunch with for an hour and a half decided to go rogue and changed everything. He changed everything. He's like, I want to know who deserves to be on it. You started a fight. You started a parlay. You started a discussion.
Okay, so here's
I just want to know, was I at that meeting? I
think you were in the building.
Give me that much. Was I at that meeting?
Yes. You were at that
meeting. Well, thanks for not calling me a liar.
Okay, so what happened, we meet once a week just to talk about what we're going to do. And Mitch said, you know what, I think it'd be really cool. We got such a good following. Why don't we get one of these guys on the show? You know, we have a great dynamic when there's 3 of us, right?
Sure.
And whatnot. And which is kind of funny because I had someone tell me, your best episodes were the analytics episode and the one with the mental health. I go, oh, so basically the episodes where it's not just Mitch and I, like when we have the other person, I'm like, okay, we need more guests. We get it. We suck.
Okay, fine.
But
relax.
Yeah, so we talk. We're like, yeah, that'll be great. We're like, well, how are we going to do it? Well, yeah, we'll do a poll and everyone can vote. And we're like, yeah, got it. And you're right. Like 3 hours later, I'm like, check the board. So here is my thing. My thing was I wanted to introduce the topic to get the excitement, get people talking, and then unveil the poll. So now, everybody that's listening on this right now, we told you to state your case.
Yep.
We told you to tell us why you should be here. Mm-hmm. And we've listened. And that's why we are going to be doing the poll this week.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Well, we'll talk about it over lunch. We'll talk about it over lunch.
Yeah, right.
So basically, RLRT fans, everyone in the discussion board, we are going to be throwing the nominees this week on who's going to potentially be on the show. It is up to you who gets nominated to accumulate the most amount of votes. It is a popularity contest. The most amount of votes are going to win.
Yeah.
And if you are smart, you will start pumping this community
pump it.
with your family,
your
friends,
your cousins, your
priests,
second cousins that you haven't talked to,
landlords,
colleagues,
Sherpas,
if you know any Sherpas,
like anyone who's
your local pub, get everyone involved.
Your butcher, get your butcher.
Butchers
involved.
know a lot of people.
They know it's a very transient business.
Yes, it
of
is.
High quality individuals.
Great meats.
Yeah, great meats, right?
Well cut meats.
Isn't there a butcher by no?
No, there is, but I don't really know them that well.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Screw.
Yeah,
it doesn't exist.
Get out of here.
So we're
gonna
gonna
get a free plug.
Yeah,
forget that.
Yeah, forget it. Buy coffees first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which
P.S. Where is that?
Where's that been?
Where's that been? Well, we haven't really pushed it either.
Yeah, but do we have to do all the work?
You know what? No, we don't. But guess what? People that want to be on the show, getting bribed works.
Yeah, we love
the
getting
IOC has proven that for years, and so on and so forth. Now, going back quickly to the New England, I want to throw one other reason. I have a feeling New England might.
Did you think of something? While
I thought of something.
Fair enough.
It came up this week.
Yeah.
Both coaches, Mike Patricia, the defensive coordinator, and Josh McDaniels have been hired. I find this really weird in the NFL that they hire guys while the season's going on.
It's weird.
I never liked it because right now, if I'm Mike Patricia and I'm setting up my defense, is that your focus? Yeah, is that like? Aren't you thinking about Detroit's defense now? Aren't you thinking? Isn't Josh going? You know what, Brady? Yell at me all you want. Next year I'm over in Indy. I got Andrew Luck that's gonna.
They're still going to compete, Mitch. They're obviously still going to compete, but I find it awkward. Like, can't there be like? I don't want to hear that.
Is this family breaking up? This family's breaking up. Mike Patricia is going on. Josh McDaniels is moving on. Bill Belichick's left behind with Brady. They've been fighting lately. The kids are moving out.
I guess you could say
it's an empty nest.
That someone might have crafted this debacle.
Oh my goodness. That was an ambiguous set of ubiquitous set of circumstances.
Yes. No, great usage.
Thank you.
See,
thank you.
You know, Ryan, I'm not even calling you doctor because when you're on the show, we're gonna be on the same level.
We're gonna be so good.
We're gonna have great words.
And
even words that aren't that big.
No.
But are really smart sounding.
But they mean something.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know what? One last thing. We wanted to send out a shout out to a couple of listeners, but also got us onto their podcast or their radio station last week. Antonia and Vicky got us onto their radio station, right? It was
so they
Jackal and
Vixen and
Jackal.
Yeah, so they're on two. So they're fellow Greeks, Greek Beat Radio and Agape Greek Radio.
Yeah.
That they're on. So yeah, they had us on. That was a ton of fun, by the way.
That was awesome. That was actually quite fun. And P.S. These girls work hard to get their show up and running and all that. And they do an awesome job with editing and stuff. Where me and you have obviously, thank God,
we have Jeff.
Thank God we have Jeff.
Like Jeff, we thought that you didn't really do much, and you've just been scoring like free cash off Mitch. Yeah, and you do. But man, and the first thing we said was thank God that we found Jeff.
Yeah. We were pumping you hard. We're like, you don't have to do all
this.
They
put a lot of work into it.
There's a guy that'll do it for you.
Like sound editing. Like we're not. No way. I'm sorry. No, it was great to have him on. It was really cool. It's nice to see. I guess in their world how they produce the show and how their show is constructed and everything.
Yeah, it's
and
neat.
it was, it was a great opportunity for us too, Mitch, to kind of talk about what we're doing, and hopefully that gets us some good exposure.
Absolutely, and I think we will, or internationally as well. Even
Yeah.
though we've already hit the crazy, islands of, Maldives.
Yeah,
exactly.
Japan. Like,
We're already kind of international, but
Yeah.
it's always good to,
We're like
get
the-
a couple more.
Derek Zoolanders of podcasting almost.
Exactly.
International stars.
Absolutely.
Many different looks.
Absolutely.
But I got a bone to pick.
What's that?
And Real Locker Room Talk fans, we're going to need your help with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Because Mitch and I,
Yeah.
we're waging war.
We're waging war on, this could be our biggest fight ever.
This is now Romo,
Yeah.
Buck, all you guys step aside.
They've already have. I think they found out and they just stepped, which is why
I think
we never
they
got
stepped
called.
aside. Yeah. But we're waging war on iTunes.
Yeah, it's time to fight iTunes.
It's you, Apple.
Yeah.
We made a proclamation to our fans
Yeah.
that we were going to be on iTunes.
That's right.
But why aren't we on iTunes, Mitch?
Because we got an email saying they won't put us on, and we're not sure why. So we
And
called,
did we not
emailed.
Did we not email back?
We
and
did
say,
right away and said, "Hey,
could
did
you
we do
please
something wrong?
Yeah, what can we do?
Is the dick pic too much? Like, was it too much?
Yeah. Was the second one we sent too much?
Was it? Just tell us what it is.
What is it?
What's the problem?
Now, I was thinking, I said, this is a tragedy. This is a tragedy of epic proportions. And I couldn't help. I'm like, Mitch, I've seen this before. You know where I've seen it before?
No, where?
In the movie Casino.
Oh.
When Sam Ace Rothstein
Yeah.
just wanted to get a gambling license from the Nevada State Gambling
Absolutely.
Commission.
That's right.
He was promised a fair trial,
Exactly.
a fair hearing, and they screwed him.
That's right.
Right then and there. That's what iTunes is doing to us. We're the Rothsteins.
I feel the exact same thing.
I'm
I'm sure this
crazy.
is just a small misunderstanding. We're just trying to figure it out, but we can't figure it out if you don't call us back.
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to be friends.
We didn't comp you, iTunes.
We didn't comp you. We've never bought your product over the last few years.
We didn't host you to comp you 2-3 times on our podcast.
Who did
you don't ask us for an expense account so
Yeah.
you could or copies of our bills so you could put it on your expense account.
Were we not at that meeting?
Were we not at that meeting?
Well, I know I wasn't. Dimitri probably just overrode everything, but it was.
The fact is, iTunes, you have a pass. I have a pass. We have a pass.
We have a
And
pass.
my pass is no worse than yours. But you think you have the right to tell who
Just
can be
give
on
us
your
a fair
podcast.
chance, iTunes. We just ask for a fair.
Were we not at that dinner? Were we not at that dinner?
You were at that dinner.
You know what? If this gets out of hand, speaking of Casino,
Yeah.
we got to go we might have to go Joe Pesci on these guys.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
And I think everyone knows the scene we're talking about. Remember when he's got the banker?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Pesci comes up
That's
and he goes,
right.
well, this is how it would go with iTunes. Well, the least you could do is return my emails. You know something, Apple? Maybe Mitch and I should explain to you a little bit what it is that we do. For example, we're going to wake up tomorrow and we're going to check our iTunes account. And if you don't have our podcast on there, we're going to crack your fucking head open.
And
And hopefully, by the time we're coming out of jail, hopefully you're coming out of your coma. And guess what? We'll be right there to crack your head open again.
exactly. And that's episode 15. It's time to hit the showers. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for listening. At Real Locker Room Talk, go to our website. You guys are great.